This light was purchased off Amazon. I was looking for some lights for me and my son's bike, and we came across these. Pretty much a 5-star rating, so I thought I'd give these a whirl. So this is a review. If anybody wants to look for these, or is looking for these, and wants to know a bit more about them. So these lights are in the UK at £9.99. Be about $11 in the US. And just over €10 in the rest of Europe. I was looking for some lights, and I went to my local store to look for them. In the UK it's called Halfords, and these types of lights, very similar. No, they weren't similar. The types of lights that I was coming across were like round ones like these. I think you can see them on there. But in the UK they were about £28 on my local store, so trusty Amazon I came on. And this is $9.99, and this has the front and back light. So that's a come packaged in an Amazon box. They are Amazon's choice as well. It's got a 1 to 10 metre light beam scattered over the road. Let's have a look. Horizontal. So there's some bits and bobs on the sides that shows you how the pattern of the light is spread, but I'll show you some video. We've got some video of it in the night. So front light, and then at the bottom, because this is the second one about, so I know where it is. In the bottom is a little how-to. This gives you information on charging times, what to use. You can charge this with a notebook, computer. I'll show you that in a moment. Anyway, in the box. So, backlight. Another leaflet, yeah. USB charge cable. And that's it for that. So these are the lights. So charge cable is for the backlight. So on the light you pull this off and it reveals the USB charge port. Basically just put that into anything that will take a USB charger. So it would go into your computer or a USB socket, anything like that. Your Apple charger, cable, l.e.d, whichever one you want to put it in. But it's basically USB. I know it looks funny, but it is USB. When you stick it in, it turns blue. It will charge blue. And once it's finished charging blue, it will turn green and let you know. It takes about maybe 30 minutes to charge, something like that. I think it does say less in the instructions. It was, that's German, I think. I have no idea. So yeah, so you charge it with that. So on a full charge, I haven't ran this dead yet because we've got these on the bikes already. So the maximum time would be, so it says highlight turn, so I'm assuming that's the strongest beam going. It will it should stay permanently lit for 2 hours, and then you've got a long bright. So that's the same, but it's you press the button and it goes slightly dimmer. That should last for 6 hours. Blasting flash, which is like a pulse. It's every 5 seconds. You'll see it in a moment. That should last for 5, and then strobe topic. It's like a beacon. Bit like a police beacon. It goes like that several times and then stops. But that was saying it should last 10 hours, which I do believe because I've had it for quite a long time. And yeah, so these are the ways to charge: USB, notebook, computer. USB, so basically in my nose, or you put in a computer, anything really, anything with a USB stick, even like 12 volt for your car. So this is it. So we'll put the back on. So basically, you press that button then. So as you can see, it is blue. So it's telling you that's on. So that's your first light. Let me just turn this light off. That will give you a bit of darkness. So that's the first light. Press button. Please bear in mind, these are LEDs, so they may show up a bit weird on the camera. They may flicker, but you get the drift. So first button was on, brightest light. Second button was the same light but slightly dimmer. So that's just strobe. I think it's 4 flashes it gives. and then stops. So that's the one that's 10 hours, I think. Is it 10 hours? Yeah, that's the 10-hour one. It's quite a nice strobe actually. Then you've got flashing. These are all bright lights. The ones that flash are bright lights. And then you've got off. So basically you can run through like that. One, which is the brightest. Second brightest. Strobe. Flash. Sort of bright light. And the same scatter, but like a dimmer light, so it lasts a bit longer. So let's turn it off just so you can see. You can see the blue light. So if you take that off, you can actually see it. But I mean, that is nice because when it's on your bike, you can actually see that your light's on as well. I know you can see your light is on, but this little bit glows up on your bike, which is quite nice. And of course, it does change colour once you're charging it. So I have got some night footage, so if you're watching this, don't click away yet, you can see some night footage. I know you can't really get the gist in the dark, sorry, in the daylight, but yeah, so that's basically it. This is the clasp that it sits on. It says rubber, and it's got like a little hook, and it's so straightforward. Have I got anything I could wrap around? Let's pretend my finger is the bar. So it goes anywhere. I mean, it does stretch quite far. So you get about any standard bull bar. Bikes, smaller ones, it's got various holes for different sizes, but we could just pretend that my finger is the bar. Well, trying to click that in. All you got to do is flick the hook over like that, and that is it. That's how it literally sits on your bar. So simple. I have found if you put it on the first one, it does tend to slip a little bit forward, but you just sort of tighten it up. Some bars might be slightly thicker than handlebars to others, so if that's the case, just find a bar lower down. It doesn't necessarily have to be on your handlebars. Most of them does the same on his BMX, and these BMX handlebars sort of slope like that, and the bar is too small there. It's an ideal situation for the light, but it is what it is. So we put it down by the forks, and it just sits next to the forks. It's a bit low down. You'll see that in the video in a bit, but it works perfectly well. So that's that one. Headlight is the same. It is the same system on the how to attach. So you put it through there, and it basically works on the same basis. And it's just that. Dead simple. On this, there is a little flap on the back. And use that pin. So you can see that. Oh, let's turn this light back on. So on the back of there, there's like a little charge port. So undo the charge. I haven't undone this one because we just charge off one cable. Standard cable. This is most. I mean, if you're using these in your kit, this is the same as the Xbox and the PS4 controller, but it's a standard cable. In fact, it's the same as Android. They're all the same, apart from iPhone. It's the odd one out. So you put it in there. Simple, like that. So I think this is like a 30-minute charge time. They're pretty much both the same. The lights. Put that there. I'll just turn this light off for a minute. Right, turn it off. On. It's dead simple. Button there. On. So you get that function, which is flashing. I think that's the dimmer light. And you get strobe, flash, strobe. Right, that is the brighter strobe. That's the dual one. That's the less. That is the duller strobe, brighter strobe. Hopefully you can see that, so it's not too blinding. And that's it. That's the mode you get. Dead simple. And these you can, so that's your light. So just hold it down to turn it off. That's it. And they are really bright. I mean, you can't tell at the moment. I have got some night footage, but they are super bright. So I just want to point out, it's the same as the other one. Once it's on your bike like that, you can turn it. So you can have it that way. So on my bike, it's sat like that on the, and that bit is on the stemmier saddle. So that's the ideal thing. I would try to put it on my son's, but because it's a BMX he's on, so the saddle's really low down. So just put that on the back bar, and it does work slanted. So if if you buy it slanted downwards like the BMX, because a lot of people bought these for kids because they're such good lights. So if he has got a BMX, your daughter or your son, they do work that way, and most BMXs are the forks on the back sit up. So I've double checked this from a distance. So if it's sat slanted like that, it does shine bright. It doesn't literally necessarily have to be, you know, directly at your eyeballs. So that is it. 2 lights, dead cheap, amazingly good quality, aluminium. Look, there's literally just one LED in there. It's really weird how much light you get off that just from one little LED. But I suppose it's the way they designed it. But it's metal, so it's just definitely durable. This one's plastic back, plastic front. But you know, at this sort of money, you don't mind if they break. In fact, I bought quite a few. I've seen a couple of people and a couple of reviews where they bought like 2 or 3 of these and they just took them on the front. So you have one like on a strobe and one flash. But let me show you the night footage and you can appreciate how bright these are. You think just because it's that, it's got to be pro. These are amazingly bright, and I cannot believe the price of them and the battery length. Honestly, if you bought these from a well-known company, that's, you know, I'm not too familiar with the brand companies on lights, but I can guess in the UK, if you bought these from a well-known company, they'd probably charge you £40 or £50 for these, definitely. I mean, if you put a brand on there, I mean, you can imagine if you just put Supreme on there, it'd be like £100. It's ridiculous, and you wouldn't know any difference on the quality. But let me show you the night footage, and then you can get a feel for these, and then that's it. That's all you need to see. Thank you for watching this review. There is a link in the description. If you want to click on that and purchase one of these, it's in there. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.